Okay, let's dig into this. Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling something huge, something that touches so many lives, but maybe isn't always fully understood. What does it truly mean to be bilingual? And, maybe even more interesting, how can speaking another language actually fundamentally change your life? So this deep dive, it's designed for you. We've distilled insights from our sources all about the bilingual experience. Our mission, to give you a shortcut basically to being really well informed, with some surprising facts and takeaways you can actually use.
Exactly. And to really kick things off, let's clarify what bilingual even means. There's this common idea, right, that you need to be absolutely perfect, no accent, no hesitation. But our sources, they're pretty clear. Real bilingualism isn't about perfection at all. It's much more about, well, comfortable communication, genuine understanding, being able to express yourself authentically in two languages. It's really about connection.
That's such an important point, comfortable communication. It shifts the focus from just like memorizing words to actually connecting with people.
Yeah.
So when we talk about that comfort level, what are some of the linguistic details that show someone's really bilingual, not just repeating phrases?
That's a great question. It gets to the heart of it, the depth of understanding. So beyond just knowing the words, someone truly bilingual can navigate different language registers. Think
Yeah.
about asking formally, could you assist me with this, please? Versus, casually saying, can you give me a hand? It's not just the words. It's the right tone, the right context for who you're talking to, the situation. It really signals a much deeper cultural awareness.
Right. So it's the how and when, not just the what. And I guess that includes avoiding those tricky false friends.
Oh, absolutely. False friends trip people up constantly. Words that look the same or similar but mean totally different things. Like the classic example, actual in English means real, right? But actual in Spanish means current. Hemku. A bilingual person starts to develop this kind of internal radar for those traps. They notice the subtle clues. It's this constant sort of nuanced balancing act. And, for communication to even happen effectively, you sometimes have to overcome real language barriers. These are situations where understanding is just incredibly difficult, maybe even impossible, because there's just no shared language. Think about trying to explain something complex, like a medical thing or a legal issue. Without that common ground, that's a serious barrier.
You painted a picture of this like intricate language dance, but here's where I think it gets really profound. This constant switching and navigating between languages. It doesn't just make you a better communicator, it actually changes your brain. Our sources show that bilingual brains are, well, incredibly flexible. It's not just about having more memory. It's about a unique kind of brain plasticity, this constant juggling act. It seems to strengthen the brain's executive functions, like filtering out noise, focusing, which is vital for complex problem solving, even outside of language. Studies show it again and again. People speaking two or more languages often have better memory. They switch tasks faster. And there's even really compelling evidence suggesting bilingualism can delay symptoms of dementia.
It's an amazing mental workout, isn't it? A constant one. And if you connect that to the bigger picture, it's not just your brain that benefits, it literally expands your whole world, tangibly. Bilingual people can connect with so many more people, understand different cultures on a much deeper level. They often feel like they belong to more than one world, more than one community. And what's really fascinating, some research even hints that bilinguals might perceive things like colors slightly differently or have a more nuanced grasp of time depending on their languages. It's subtle, but it's like seeing reality through multiple linguistic lenses.
Wow, that perception shift idea is genuinely surprising. So, okay, beyond the cognitive stuff, the perception shifts. What about the practical day-to-day benefits? What would someone actually experience?
Oh, the practical side is huge. You often find better job prospects, definitely, especially in international companies or roles needing global teamwork. Travel becomes so much richer, so much easier when you can actually talk to people, immerse yourself, and entertainment. You unlock this whole universe of stuff, books, podcasts, memes, inside jokes in both languages. I actually remember a friend, she landed this amazing job at an international NGO. Why? Because her fluency in English and Spanish let her bridge the gap between their global teams. It was crucial. Or think about travelers who make real lasting friendships because they could chat with locals in their own language. That's a totally different experience than just being a tourist. These are the real everyday ways it makes a difference.
Okay, hearing all that, maybe you listening are already seeing some of this in your own life, maybe without even labeling it bilingual. Like, think about it. Have you ever found yourself actually thinking through something in English, even for just, say, 5 minutes? Or maybe you've understood the lyrics to an English song or followed a movie or, well, a deep dive like this one, felt that connection.
Exactly. Or maybe you've been the one to translate something, help someone else figure out English, been that bridge. If you're nodding along saying yes to most of these, well, chances are you're already well on your way to being bilingual. Remember, it's not about being flawless, it's about that functional, comfortable ability.
It is fascinating, though, how different languages tackle similar ideas. Sometimes a direct translation just sounds weird. Let's try a little real or not real quiz.
Yep.
Take the phrase, it rings a bell. In English, that means something sounds familiar. Well, if you translated that word for word into another language, it might make zero sense.
Absolutely. And that's where the bilingual mind really adapts. Understanding the meaning, the intent, not just the literal words. It's like saying, I have hunger. Lots of languages phrase it that way, literally. But in natural English, we'd say, I'm hungry. One sounds okay in the source language, the other is just how we say it here.
Exactly. And then there were those brilliant culturally specific idioms, like break a leg.
Yeah.
You say that meaning good luck, usually before someone performs.
Yeah.
Totally unique.
Yep. And learning those is a huge part of the journey. Moving past just words to get the cultural stuff, the idioms. That's what really turns someone from just a learner into someone who kind of lives in the language.
So as a final challenge for you listening, think about your own experience. Maybe try recording yourself answering, how has learning English changed my life? Or what would I do if I felt fully bilingual? Oh, you could even write it down first, then practice saying it out loud. It's a great way to sort of solidify your thoughts and progress. Okay, as we start to wrap up this deep dive, the main thing we hope you take away is this. Being bilingual isn't some impossible peak of perfection. It's really about progress. It's about practice. And it's about purpose, why you're doing it.
Absolutely. Every single word you learn, every time you listen to something like this deep dive, every effort you put in,
Yeah.
you are becoming bilingual, step by step. And this ability, it really can profoundly change your life, your work, your travels, your friendships, and maybe most importantly, how you actually see and interact with the world.
So keep going. Seriously, you are not just learning English. You are actively building a bilingual brain. And that, as we've just discussed, is incredibly powerful.